We going now?
Yeah.
Gino, I want to know what time it's up.
Oh, you only hear about it.
Keep an eye on
It'll
my
be
truck.
big. It'll be big. He's gonna come with us too.
Who?
That's okay. Just shut the door.
Who is?
This guy that works for me.
Oh,
sits in the back.
I thought you told me I was going. I'm
Who?
getting out of the truck.
Who? You don't get along with him?
Well,
Not really.
that's not for discussion.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, you know, it's like,
What's wrong with him?
he's nuts, man.
He's got a bad attitude.
You know what his problem is? You know, every time he has women problems, he gets bizarre.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, he totally freaks out when his girlfriend
What
does.
the heck, man? Why does he? I don't get these guys that go crazy over these women. I mean, give me a break. One woman, you're gonna lose your mind. Haven't you learned yet that?
Not everybody's as cool with women as you are.
Man,
You know, you can come and go. It doesn't matter.
that's
with you.
right.
Yeah.
That's the way you got to look at it.
Well, absolutely, but you got.
I mean, it's like that old adage, you know, if you set them free, they'll come back to you. Well, you gotta believe in that.
Yeah, well, he does, but she's not coming back.
Oh God.
You know, so.
But aren't you a lucky guy? You got the ultimate woman.
Oh, I am a lucky guy.
Yes, you are.
No doubt about it. My wife is great. We get along great. You know, I mean, it's like we travel together well, and
Gosh.
you know.
That's the ultimate thing for a lot of couples, to be able to travel the way you guys do.
Oh yeah.
Wait, weren't you just somewhere exotic this?
Yeah, I was just in. I spent the month of August in France, and then I went to Switzerland,
Oh,
and then I went to
gosh.
Iceland, and then I went to
Skip.
no, not Amsterdam, Copenhagen. That was great.
And it's all just to explore and
Yeah, well, we travel a lot. We do a ton of traveling.
And
But
what
so
did
do you? I'm just like you.
Yeah, I don't get to
Where are you
travel as
going?
much as you do.
Where
I'm going to Asia.
I know, but we're in Asia.
I'm going to go to Hong Kong,
Yeah.
Macau,
Yeah.
the Philippines,
Yeah.
Cambodia, Thailand to see Chin.
Good for you.
We'll see
He's
Chin.
So much fun.
You've been to his resort?
Never been to his resort. So you're going to Siem Reap?
Yeah.
I love Siem Reap. I went to Vietnam and Cambodia like a couple years ago.
Okay.
Vietnam is great. You might as well take that in if you're going to Cambodia. Vietnam is great.
I've been to Vietnam.
Oh, you have?
Yes.
Okay.
I loved it.
And
I did
have you been to
love it.
Cambodia?
No.
Angkor Wat?
No, I've not. I'm going to go. You got
Like
to.
no place you've seen in the world.
Really?
It's
still.
unbelievable.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Unbelievable.
Gotta go and see that.
And Siem Reap is a really cool town. And you know, there was just an article in the New York Times 2 weeks ago about how the culinary scene has just gotten exploded. So, I mean, the place is so cheap anyways, you know. You can get a foot massage now. Jeannie, listen to you. A foot massage for $1.
That's really
$1 for 10 minutes. Wow. You could just sit in the chair all day and get a foot massage.
Listen,
you know how good it feels to get a foot massage?
I never get pedicures. I can't wait to get a
Right,
pedicure.
pedicure's cheap too. They can also put your feet into a tank with piranha.
I've done that. I've done that too.
Or whatever they are.
Yeah, right. Oh God, Skip. You know,
you'll have a good time.
Okay, listen. Let's talk about some of your beginnings, because everybody wants to know a little bit.
Nobody
about
wants to know it.
Your dad owned the Anchor Inn.
That's right.
Is that right?
That's right.
Were you born here?
No.
Where did you grow up?
In Newton, outside of Boston.
And what? How did all that come about?
Because my parents honeymooned down here, and you know, they ended up coming down here and buying Anchor Inn, and then they bought Ships Inn, and you know, then he did another gift shop thing. So I actually ran Ships Inn in 1969, 1970, and my mother was the one that started the captain's table at Ships Inn.
Unreal.
But I mean, those 1969, Gina, you obviously knew what kind of year that was. So, you know, me running Ships Inn, you know,
you were a youngster.
Oh, well, a total youngster, you know. And the reason I did it is I think my father was too cheap to hire anybody, you know, that was qualified.
Hey, I worked
So
in a
he
Kentucky
hired me.
Fried Chicken at the same time.
Yes,
well, later on in the late 70s,
That's pretty pathetic.
Isn't that? You had to run that, and I had to run our Kentucky Fried
running
Chicken.
Ships Inn is nicer than running Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, we owned those, by the way. My family owned a couple of them.
Oh, they did?
Yes.
Oh, I'm
and
sorry,
so just like you,
Gino, I'm sorry I insulted you.
I got to meet the Colonel. before he died.
Yeah, they got a
he
new,
came to
they
our
got
place.
a new colonel now.
You like him?
The new colonel.
I think he's funnier than hell.
Yeah, I don't think eating Kentucky Fried Chicken's too healthy.
No, terrible.
No, it tastes good though.
It does.
Yeah.
And you know they fill you. They got those fillers, those
Yeah.
filler uppers.
Yeah,
I've
well,
tried those. There's $5 fill ups.
Oh, really? Was it good?
Oh, they're really good.
I'm so glad I don't live in the mainland because I'd probably end up eating all that junk.
It's so true.
It's so
Yeah.
easy to eat. You know, you understand why everybody's so fat on the mainland is because it's just so easy. You know, you just stop
Hey,
in,
wait
you know.
a minute. Hold on.
What?
You're talking about Stubby's now. You're one of the owners of Stubby's. Now
That-
that's a popular place.
Very healthy food in there.
Right.
Very healthy.
Oh, yeah.
You don't believe me?
I love it.
It's very healthy.
Well, I'll eat 2 clam rolls a year there.
Oh.
Only because of that. But I love them.
Oh, the clam rolls.
Oh, I love the clam
see,
roll.
I like,
That's my
I
thing.
like clams with bellies. You know, we don't have those. We just have,
yeah, I
we
don't
have
like
the Howard
those.
Johnson's clams.
I
You ever
like
go to-
them. I like those
You ever
better.
go to Howard Johnson's?
Of course.
and have those?
Yeah.
Whatever happened to that place?
I know it. So
so
you got
continue
brothers and sisters?
2 sisters.
Are they here?
No, actually, no. One lives in the Cape and one lives in California.
Now, was the Ships Inn called the Ships Inn?
Yeah.
So, wow, that's
Yep.
a tradition.
Yep.
Huh? You just
Yep.
kept going.
Yep.
And then, now, is the Anchor Inn still there?
Anchor Inn is still
Still?
the Anchor Inn is still there, and it's owned by Charles Ballas.
Oh, yeah. Got it. Right. Charles. Yes,
Charles
of
Chucky
course.
Ballas, you know.
Yep.
He's actually owned it longer than my father owned it, you
Unreal.
know, and that was a
course.
long time.
Did he buy it from your dad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My father got sick of doing the laundry by himself, so that's why he had to get out.
No, so those early years of having to run a restaurant, maybe helping out at the inn, taught you a lot.
What did it teach me?
I don't know how to paint. Weren't you like the?
Hey, listen.
You
know,
were a husband.
everybody ends up on Nantucket at the beginning painting houses because
It's true.
It's not like building a house. It's you paint. You know, I mean.
I know it. It's true.
You know-
You don't need to. You don't have to go to college. You can make good money.
Oh God!
There's
I was
plenty of work.
I was making $40 an hour back 35 years ago. You know, so I mean,
Yeah.
it was a good way to make a living. You know, and sooner or later you burn out, or sooner or later people become carpenters.
How did going from painting to, was it the Muse after that?
That's the Muse. Yeah.
How did that happen?
Well,
How'd that all come about?
No, actually, I was, I went down and because my mother had a restaurant in St. Croix, so I was down there bartending for her, and
okay.
Herbie Cabral called me up and said, they're selling the Roadhouse, and you can get in cheap. I said, I'll be home tomorrow. So we came home, and Mike Driscoll hooked it up, and we both bought. We had 3 of us, Villette, Cabral, and me bought it for $5,000 each, and that was 1979.
Now the Roadhouse is that where Fairgrounds is?
Oh no, not the Roadhouse. I'm sorry. It was
You
the
just-
Derby.
Oh,
It's the Derby.
The Derby.
Yeah, it was a redneck bar.
okay. Where was that?
It was where the Muses.
Oh, that's what it was
Yeah,
called.
yeah. Before
Okay.
that, it was the Peppermint Lounge. It used to be a roller
No.
skating rink.
Oh.
Manny Dias used to run the place. So it's got some history, but the Muse has been there for a while now.
Okay. So wow. So that's how it came about.
That's how that came about. Yeah.
But how did Michael O'Reilly get involved with you?
Michael, well, my other 2 partners wanted to get out really bad. So Michael, he's an Irishman.
Okay.
Irishmen all want to own bars sooner or later. So he said, let's go in. And he was, running Cape Cod Bank at the time. So we just had
That's
no
right,
problem.
Cape Cod 5.
Yeah, he's writing mortgages.
That's
so
right.
it was easy. He just got in, and we took over, and then we got his son to run it, who's now, he's doing it now.
Yep.
That's that.
That was a good deal for you, though, right? I mean that.
Well, that was a great deal for me.
Right.
I mean, and when you're
Did you didn't have to paint anymore, basically?
no,
is what I'm saying.
Plus, when you're 25 years old, I mean, running a bar, and at that time, the Muse was just like, it's like crazy city. I mean, it's like every night. Great bands, and the place was always packed.
It was, right.
It's totally different than it is now.
What is it like now? I don't-
Now it's like they have an ethnic night every. They have the Jamaicans one night.
Of course.
They have, the El Salvadorians the next night, and Michael told me the Russians were the big night. I guess they like to drink, so.
Well, yeah, and they like that techno.
Yeah, they like the
Music, too.
techno beat.
Yeah.
So that's what that's turned into. I mean, even
That's
You know
what Nantucket is, though, Skip.
Yeah, well,
it's not the same as it
no,
was.
exactly. When we ran the place, I mean, air band on Sunday night. I mean, was you fit 600-700 people in there? It's a stupid premise. You just get up on the stage and you
Oh
lip sync.
God, I
you know?
remember those days.
But that that ran its course for 20 years. I mean, it was the hottest thing in town. But now it's like, nah, forget about it.
I know.
Nobody wants to do that anymore.
No, they don't.
It's totally changed, and it's not even. I don't even know if he has bands that often anymore. It's a different dynamics.